That's sad, though. I mean, we have kind of a problem with pit bulls here. The problem is pit bulls are the number one fighting dogs. People will get them and then they will torture them, basically, and make them mean. And so they get a bad reputation from that. I mean, pit bulls, by their nature, are very aggressive dogs, but they can actually, if trained properly, I'll say that, if trained properly, they can be some of the best dogs as far as, like, babysitters. They're great with children, believe it or not. They are fantastic guard dogs. They are just really good dogs overall. But it's really all about the owners, not the dogs themselves.
Well, I think if they're going to control the breed, they need to control the breeders and they need to control the owners. You know?
And make the penalty for this dog fighting. Is dog fighting a big problem there as well?
They have it. I don't know how big a problem it is because it just does not get put in the media. So, I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, if your dog kills someone, I don't care if it's a Jack Russell or if it's a friggin' Great Dane. If your dog kills someone, you should be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know your dog better than anybody else. So, no excuse as far as I'm concerned. If you teach your dog to be vicious, then you take it. So.
I think they need to make the penalty for, like, people that do the dog fighting and people even, then this is completely off topic, people that do the cockfighting as well. And that's for chickens, by the way, not like the guy above us, or the guy above the story.
Yeah.
Anyone that trains any animal to fight, the penalty for that needs to be increased. Anyone that mistreats an animal in any way, because I guarantee you what probably happened was the dog that did this was probably not treated properly.
Probably not. And I mean,
because like I said, pit bulls are actually really, really good with children. So the only reason, and of course we don't know the circumstances that went on once, this dog entered this person's home. But if this dog was trained to fight or be defensive or be aggressive, then, that's the only reason this dog would have done that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Full penalties to the owners as far as I'm concerned. You want to be an idiot and have a stupid, have a dog that can potentially kill someone, and you train it to kill people, you deserve what you get.
Exactly. I don't think so much blame should be, like I said, on the dogs. I think just as much blame should be on the owners.
Yeah. Because it's up to the owner to be a responsible dog owner. If you know your dog has the potential to be dangerous, lock the damn thing up. Stick it on a chain.
Or, be responsible and go get it trained or, something. Because dogs, believe it or not, dogs are never really actually too old to train. So even if you have an older dog that's still dangerous, you can go get them trained.
Exactly. So speaking of, little shits. Yay, I got it right this time.
That need to be trained.
That need to be trained. Yeah, go for it. Yay.
All right. The parents of British 4-year-old Alfie Lansdale have been threatened with a $7,720 council fine after receiving complaints that the youngster is too noisy when playing in his family's yard. Simon and Pippa?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wow.
Pippa.
Okay. I've never seen that name before in my life. Pippa Lansdale received a letter from Hull City Council warning that they could be issued with a noise abatement notice and fined, and that unless Alfie quietened down, he may have to be monitored with digital equipment, London's Daily Express newspaper reported. Yes, because obviously London has the funds for this. When I first opened the letter, I was shocked, then fuming. Alfie can be noisy and boisterous, but he is just a normal 4-year-old, Mr. Lansdale, 35, told the Express. When outside, Alfie plays with the football and spends time with a family dog, his dad said. The council letter outlines an allegation of noise nuisance, relating to a child screaming/playing in the garden. Legally, we have to investigate any noise complaints we receive, regardless of the source of the noise, a council spokeswoman told the newspaper. That's
Crap.
stupid.
Totally crap. Totally. I mean, what are they going
I
to do?
bet it's some old geezer that lives down the street.
Oh, probably. Someone who doesn't like the sounds of a child being happy.
I wonder if it's the same old geezer that locked the people in the bell tower.
Wouldn't surprise me in the least. But I want to know how they're going to curb Alfie's enthusiasm. Are they going to stick one of those dog collars on it that, like, when the dog barks or the kid screams in this case, it, like, sends a mist of something up in their face and, like, don't do that.
I don't think we have those. I know we have shock collars.
Yeah, I think the RSPCA here had them banned. So you can sort of get the ones that spray like a citrusy type thing that the dogs don't like, but they won't actually do the shock collars anymore.
Huh.
Because, you know, they're kind of inhumane. They're not very nice.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, maybe London still has shock collars. Maybe that's what they're going to do.
Man, I kind of feel sorry for London.
Well, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, there's a happy kid in a backyard playing with a dog. What the F is your problem? There are how many dogs around this entire of, you know, the first class countries, you know, Australia, America, London, who are left at home every single day by their owners and all they do is bark. Because they're bored.
Even though London isn't actually a country, but alright.
Well, it may as well be.
Yeah.
It's a city, okay. So I'm having a slow day today.
You're pretty.
I blame your law tab.
Yes, you've ingested my lore tab by proxy.
Yeah.
So for those of you that didn't know, London is now its own country.
Yes. And the Queen...
Breaking news! London is its own country! Brought to you by Belinda.
Okay. Second last one, and the last one we'll see if we can fit it in. Okay.
Fit it in.
If we can't, we'll read it next week, because it's that good. Okay, thrill seekers left dangling, after UK amusement park ride malfunctions, from August 31st. 4 fire trucks, 8 ambulances and 2 helicopters and a partridge in a pear tree were called to an amusement park in East England. Oh look, there's a country. After 22 people were left dangling precariously when a ride malfunctioned. One female thrill seeker was taken to the hospital with life-threatening head injuries, my god, after being rescued from the surf rider swing at Bottons, I'm glad that's an N, a theme park in the seaside town of Skegness, wow, in Lincolnshire today. The ride, which normally swings 360 degrees around a central point, veered shockingly out of position and position at around 3 p.m., trapping its shocked occupants for nearly an hour. The Skegness Standard reported. What a name. All 22 were eventually rescued, with most sustaining minor injuries. Firefighter Jason Lawley said it was an unusual situation. There were 22 people on the ride, and a problem caused it to end up in a semi-vertical position, with all 22 people remaining in their seats. We arrived just after the police secured the scene and the ride in position, while we carried out rescues in priority of order of injury. Yes, I just read that wrong. Okay. One witness told The Sun, people were screaming, "Get me off." Really, you think? No, let me stay. I'm hanging upside down. Let me stay. That's what I paid my $20 for.
I'm being a pervert. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The fair has been shut while health and safety officers investigate. Wow.
And this is why I do not like roller coasters.
This is why I don't like roller coasters. I don't like Ferris wheels. I don't like the Gravitron. I don't like anything that moves any faster than, like, snail speed. And I don't like anything that goes high up in the air.
I don't do that because I know that it'd be my luck that I would get on one of these rides, and something like I would be the next headline story that we were reading, although it probably wouldn't be me reading it because my luck, I'd be dead.
No, your luck, you'd survive, and then I'd make you read it.
Yeah, yeah. So there was this one woman. She was screaming, "Get me the out!"
And everyone's going, "Why? It's a beautiful day." Oh.
Yes.
I wonder if they made them pay extra for like the time they spent extra on the ride. Well, that's what it seems like now. It's like the Ekka, which is like the Queensland State Fair. It costs like $5 to go on the kiddie rides.
Oh my God.
It's expensive, man. It's crazy. So I'm thinking, maybe they just go, you've been up there for long enough. Now you just got to pay extra.
That is amazing. Yeah, I'm glad we don't pay by the... I mean, if you go to, like, little local state fairs and stuff like that, you do have to pay by the ride unless you pay, like, an outrageous amount of money and get a wristband, and then you get on all the rides for free. Or you buy tickets, which are, again, an ungodly amount of money.
Yeah.
And you pay them by ticket. But, like, at big amusement parks like Six Flags and so on, you basically buy a day pass, and you don't have to pay by the ride individually. The way they make up for that is by charging outrageous prices for food and water. And so you think, and you're not allowed to bring anything of your own inside, so you think, oh, well, no big deal, I'll just I'll avoid drinking water and all this, whatever, no big deal. Well, I'm sorry, but after standing in line for one ride, not kidding you, for one ride for about 2 hours, maybe? 2 hours for an 8-second ride, I might add. In the middle of July, where temperatures are like 106 plus, in the middle of Texas, I might add, so it's probably hotter, you're going to go for water.
Yeah, and then they charge you $6 for a bottle of water. So yeah, it's pretty much the same at the amusement parks here, like Warner Brothers Movie World and SeaWorld and Dream World. Warner Brothers has like the Batman and the Superman ride. I think Dream World has the Tower of Terror, but not the same one as the US. It just goes up in the air. It doesn't actually have an elevator or anything. And they have... Oh, God, I can't even remember. Oh, they have the tigers. I like the tigers at Dreamworld. And then SeaWorld, it's SeaWorld. But, I couldn't believe it. Like, I have food allergies. And if you've looked at anything in those food court areas, there's nothing in there that a person who cannot eat potato, cheese, and avocado cannot... I can't eat anything there. So I'm going to have to get this huge-ass bloody handbag and stick, like, gummy bears and, all those nutritious things in my handbag.
Yes, because gummy bears are quite nutritious.
Well, they're green. That's a food group, isn't it?
I'm sorry, but any food that begins with gum or gummy?
Well, fine. I'll take fruit fizzies. Because, that's at least got fruit in the title.
Hey, random question. Is lemonade fizzy there?
Yes. It's like what you call soda.
That is so weird.
It's like 7-Up, but, not. They just call it...
It's exactly the same, but completely different.
No, not completely different. They just call it something different, but it's pretty much the same as 7-Up.
That's